Who is responsible for packaging, labeling, and preparing the hazardous material shipping papers for a common carrier? That's the shipper. Class 1.1 explosives must not be transported in a combination vehicle if the vehicle includes a placarded cargo tank. A vehicle contains 500 pounds of explosives 1.1 and 1.3. You must use explosive 1.1 placards. A railroad crossing is ahead of you and you are hauling hazardous materials. When you stop for the crossing, you can stop as far away as 50 feet from the nearest rail. The hazardous waste manifest should be tabbed differently and kept on top of all paperwork. The column 1, or the column with a plus sign, means the proper shipping name without regard whether the material meets the definition of the class. How often should you check your tires on a placarded trailer that has dual tires? At the start of each trip and every time you stop. Whenever you load or unload a cargo tank, a qualified person must be within 25 feet. Containment rules specify how to package, load, transport, and unload hazardous material. Smoking must be at least 25 feet from hazardous material. In the hazardous materials table, column 3, any shipping name written in italics means it isn't the proper shipping name. Those in Roman types above it are. If hazardous material is spilling from your vehicle, do not move your vehicle any more than safely required. How often must a driver that has hazmat endorsement on their CDL retake the state hazmat written test? Every 5 years. And with this video, you're going to pass it every single time. Do you need to stop before a railroad crossing if you are hauling 100 pounds of Division 4.3 materials? Yes, that's just there to fool you. Yes, you need to stop. You are transporting hazardous materials. When you are not behind the wheel, the shipping papers must be on the driver's seat or in the pouch on the driver's door. Which of the following is the proper definition of a cargo tank? A bulk container permanently attached to the vehicle. A truck has hazardous material. When can it be moved without the placards on the vehicle? To protect life and property. The basic description of a hazardous material includes the hazard class, the ID number, the proper shipping name, which one must appear on the shipping paper, the proper shipping name. An explosive contains 500 pounds of Division 1.1 explosives and Division 1.2 explosives. You must have explosive placards. When hauling hazardous materials, you must check any dual tires, again, at the start of each trip and every time you stop. Which of these 3 hazard classes should not be loaded into a trailer that has a heated or air-conditioned unit? Explosives, flammable liquids, all of the above. All are the correct answers. The intent of hazardous materials regulation is to ensure safety, to contain the material, and to communicate risk. If you are driving a Division 1.2 or 1.3 materials, how far must you park away from a traveled portion of the roadway, at least 5 feet. Why must the shipper sign the shipping papers? To certify that it has prepared the shipment in accordance with regulations. You find an overheated tire during an en route inspection. If you are hauling hazardous materials, you must remove the tire and place it a safe distance from the vehicle. The transport index of a radioactive material tells the degree of control needed during transportation. An A or W, the first column of the hazardous material table, means the material is only restricted when shipped by air or water. The intent of hazardous material regulations is to ensure safety, to contain the material, and to communicate the risk. Which of the following must drivers have in their possession while transporting Class 1.1 or 1.3 explosives? Not both of the above. The written route plan is the only one that it needs, the written route plan. There are 3 lists that drivers, shippers, and carriers use to find out if the material is regulated as hazardous. Which one of these choices is not one of those 3 lists? The EPA Dangerous Materials List. Again, 100%. So just watch this video. Go to CRISTCDL.com. That's CRISTCDL.com. Take these practice tests. Then get a good night's rest. Then come back and take the practice tests again. Watch the video again. Then you should have no problem passing this test. You should go up there and ace it.